Most people will not survive the AI gold rush. That's the hard truth, right? Just like when gold was discovered out west and people went to go get it, it was a gold rush, right? The AI gold rush is the same thing. Most people will go broke. Most people will become poor who truly pursue it, unless you do these three things. Okay, so here's the 3 rules of surviving the AI gold rush. So number 1, master a core skill, not just AI tools. And let me show you what I mean here. So this is a website I made yesterday with a click of a button, right? Not hard to do at all. It pulls real stock information. I can come over here, stock analysis. I can type in anything, say Apple, and it's going to give me real up-to-date information. I can click Get Enhanced AI Analysis. The point is, I am not a coder, yet I can make this. So if everyone becomes a coder, everyone can use this, then nobody has any real value. And that's the root of our problem, because if I can code, and I'm not a coder, I took some classes in high school, congratulations, now I can code as if I have a degree, right? That's a big problem for most people. And you're gonna get excited because you can build these tools, but what does it really matter? Now look here, this is what matters. So I asked ChatGPT, give me a list of 100 Google APIs that are perfect for any wrapper micro SaaS. So we have all of these APIs. You have Google Sheets APIs. You can come down. There's way more. Contacts, chat. All you have to do is ask these vibe coding tools to access these APIs, oftentimes which are free. And you have a micro SaaS. You have something that could be valuable in the right hands. That's exactly what I did with this right here, Alpha Advantage. It gives you free stock market APIs, global news APIs. All you have to do nowadays is find some cool APIs, which is just data that you can hook into, and ask these different tools to build. And at first glance, that's exciting. It really is. The AI gold rush is exciting, but you're being commoditized. The commoditization of coding, of blogging, of everything, because AI is happening, is huge. So if you haven't figured out how to future-proof, we're going to talk about it in this video, enduring value, core skills. You're learning core skills when you do the YouTube rabbit hole, right? You're learning how to use the AI tools and building core skills. That's great. But have you figured out enduring value and future-proofing? Now, this is where the rubber hits the road. The foundation of AI success, if you want longevity, right, is audience ownership plus data ownership. That is it right there. So audience ownership, some would propose like YouTube, right? I don't own my audience. There's no way. YouTube is still a platform. Email newsletters is pretty darn good, right? If you have a SaaS and you have users, that's audience ownership. Data ownership is when you have proprietary data, and some tools do this. And guess what? I think tools that have the data, right? I have friends who have tools that have the data. If they provide API for a fee, I think they're going to be in a really good place moving forward. Now, this right here, you've probably heard, but it's super important. In every gold rush, the people who actually make the money are not the ones digging. That's 100%. The people who make the money are the ones controlling the flow. You've heard the term sell shovels in a gold rush, right? That's what we're talking about. So the real control points are audience, the people who trust you. Number 2, the data. If you can provide a free micro SaaS that scrapes data, great. That's a good place to be. Now, here's a problem. We've all seen this. Platforms will flood and already have flooded with AI-generated junk. So it's so hard to get traffic to your website nowadays because of this. So attention becomes rare, trust becomes priceless, right? If you don't own an audience, email list, community, YouTube subscribers, or own data, customer info, niche data sets, behavior insights, you're just renting space on someone else's land. All right? It doesn't replace trust. AI doesn't replace relationships. It does not replace proprietary knowledge. Now let's talk about this cool little website I made earlier to show you what I mean. So the Micro Miner newsletter. Let's say there was a YouTube channel called the Micro Miner, and they talk about what? They talk about different gold opportunities, junior miners and explorers and stocks and all these things. This data can be accessed anywhere, right? And by the way, we used the Replit to build this. Very, very easy to build this. But this data is not terribly valuable in that it can be accessed anywhere, but we're wrapping it up in a cool little bow, right? You can type gold, silver, uranium, all these different miners. People are interested. This is a very specific niche. So this is valuable to the proper audience. By itself, just hanging out online, it's utterly worthless. But if you had somebody talking about all this stuff and directing people here and scraping emails, then all of a sudden it becomes valuable. And this is what I mean. The real winners here are going to be those who build a distribution channel that you control. Email, YouTube, socials, whatever. Build a brand that audience choose even when AI noise is everywhere, right? Do they still want to interact with you despite AI or no AI, right? Own, leverage others can't easily copy. In the AI era, distribution and trust are king. So on to number 3, play long-term, not short-term. Most people are going to come on here. They're going to say, oh, this is cool. Replit's cool. I want to build this website too. And I did it, and I'm still doing it because it's exciting and it's fun. But if your purpose to make money, that's a problem. So the biggest trap during any gold rush is what? Is impatience. Now I want to do a hard stop for a second. Realize if we had coders overseas that you could pay, I don't know, $10 an hour that were doing really good, before AI existed, before vibe coding existed, you tell me, now they can do it at 10 times the speed. Does that mean just because I can do it now too that I'm special? No, it doesn't. It means that I can prototype, and this is the point. Prototyping an AI tool, a micro SaaS, a SaaS, whatever, prototyping is valuable, but I would be hesitant to think that you're going to come in here and build a full-scale SaaS system because it's going to be a Frankenstein system at best that you're probably going to have to reinvent, rewheel it after you start seeing any bit of success. And to show you an example of what I'm talking about, so coming over to this tool, let's say Apple, let's type it in, you get the stuff, get enhanced AI analysis. This is great and this is cool. So that's humming. But the point is, if I ever wanted to come in here after, this is done, I'd have to go over to Replit and talk to it and struggle back and forth. The bigger the SaaS becomes, the harder it is to edit it. You're not going to vibe code your way all the way to success and actually scale a thing. You can do prototypes, but you're not building like most people build. And remember what I said in the beginning of the video? Most people are not going to make it. Why? Because they don't understand this success strategy. So most people are going to fall into the what? Get rich quick schemes. Bottom line, it happens all the time. Most are going to burn out when it's harder than they thought. And it's going to be harder than they thought because they're going to build a cool tool. You're going to build something like this, right? You're going to build this darn thing, and no one is ever going to see it. So you have to what? You have to own the audience or the data, and then the AI just becomes a propellant. It just becomes something to make you go faster because you were already moving before. If you think AI is going to be the thing to start to move you, you're going to be sorely mistaken. So AI Gold Rush, success strategy, check it out. Patience, small ones, consistency, automation, and systems. All to what? Propel you further, right? It's not going to start moving you. You got to move on your own, right? You have to own the audience, own the data, but AI can help propel you faster. So on one hand, the AI gold rush is very, very exciting. But to me, I look at it and it's the commoditization of pretty much every darn thing. It's going to ripple effect down. So it becomes more important than ever to own your audience and own the data.